Welcome back. It's 5:39. You're with me, Martin Daubney, here on GB News. Now, it's just been an incredible day of information, of course, on what's now looking very much like a political assassination of Charlie Kirk. We had a press conference earlier on, and it was from the governor of Utah, that's Spencer Cox. Also present was the FBI Director, Kash Patel, and Sheriff Mike Smith. Live pictures on your screen now of the Utah County Jail, where that suspect named in that press conference, Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old from Utah, is being held. We learned that Robinson was shocked to the police by his father, a 27-year veteran of Washington County Sheriff's Department. His mother works for an organisation that helps disabled children. They live in a $600,000 house. He attended Utah State University. That's a different campus to where Charlie Kirk was shot dead. That was Utah Valley University, one of three sons, we understand. And yet something changed. We learned in that press conference that upon attending Utah State University, their son became more politicised. We heard he was speaking openly at family dinner parties of how Charlie Kirk was filled with hate. He spoke of his dislike for Charlie Kirk, and family members began to be concerned that something had happened to Tyler Robinson on his time on campus. We then learned about the inscriptions, the messages on bullet casings, all of which point clearly towards the thesis now. This was a clear political assassination, and Spencer Cox saying, "We got him," clearly saying they believe this is their suspect. They have their man. Well, let's now speak with the author and the journalist Carl Spencer for more reaction to the arrest of Tyler Robinson for the murder of Charlie Kirk. Carl Spencer, welcome to the show. You've written a book, I believe, on Charlie Kirk. What's your take on this incredible information that's come out today?
Well, I think we're going to have to learn more about who this person was. I think he, at this point, is he's a little bit of a mystery character. He's not really filling the demographic that I think that we were told that he would from certain corners in the United States. He sounds like a more complex figure. We know that he came from a family of registered Republicans. We know that he was an avid gun user and that he had started using guns very early on in his life. And that is going to be a very interesting thing to figure out, where he learned to use these guns and how he became such a fan of them.
Interesting, Carl Spencer, how you zone in straight away on the Republican angle to his family and the guns. And yet let's talk about the actual information that's divulged in that press conference. Clearly, the inscriptions on the shell casings, "Hey, fascist, catch," with 3 arrows on them, which is believed to be linked to the anti-fascist movement. Bella Ciao. Bella Ciao was the inscription on another shell casing. That's a famous anti-fascist song linked with Italy in the 1930s. The evidence seems to be overwhelming that this was a man motivated by the radical politics of the left.
So I guess this guy didn't like fascists. I guess he had an issue with fascists. I just don't know enough about him at this point. I wasn't clear, maybe you guys have some insight on this. I wasn't clear on why he had I think there was one of those terrible comments on the bullet that said, if you have this bullet, you're gay. Was he anti-gay? I'm not sure. Do you know what that means?
Well, all we know is that the inscription was, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
Yeah,
I mean, we don't. So. I mean,
I know. I guess he may have been. I just don't know. He may have been of somebody who was opposed to gay culture. I don't know. It's very confusing at this point to really know what the deal was. It does sound like he admired folks in Italy during World War II who opposed fascism. Why he took that connection to Charlie Kirk, I don't know.
Well, perhaps it's because, as Donald Trump said, if you call your political opponents fascists for long enough, then people end up dead.
Yeah. I guess if he thought that Charlie Kirk, yeah. I mean, I think that he clearly did not like Charlie Kirk, and he took that to a violent place. He was a gun owner. He was somebody who really, obviously, in a lot of the photos that I've seen, he really glorified guns. I think the thing that is so dangerous is to have people who are passionate and negative and angry and enraged have guns. Those are not people
Yeah.
we want
Ky-
to have guns in our country or
Kyle,
anyone's country.
Kyle Spencer, Charlie Kirk spoke a lot about guns himself, and he defended the right to have guns because he said it's a risk worth taking for people to have guns if they're occasionally used in a bad manner. That prophetic words that he was, of course, his life was taken by a gun. But again, you're putting this round to gun ownership. You know, the person who pulled the trigger is the issue here. And the person who pulled the trigger seems to be politically motivated by the radical left. You don't seem to want to engage in that, Kyle.
I don't think you know. Listen, I really don't think that you know. First of all, I don't know who the radical left is. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I also don't know that you know this. You don't know that right now. You don't know that he was motivated by the right. You don't know what motivated him right now. That is a sad, tragic thing.
Do you think the FBI would announce this at a press conference and say, we've got our man? And when they were asked by the press, was this a politically motivated assassination? And the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, says, I think that's self-evident from what was talked about today. You don't think this is the line worthy? You seem to think, well, it could be because his parents were Republicans. It's astonishing.
I do. I think it's very clear that there was something political here, and it's very clear that his parents were Republican. It's very clear this was a politically motivated, tragic event. I also think it's very clear that this man was very, very disturbed and very confused and very angry. And I think it's also clear that he lived in a family where gun culture was very, very prevalent. What a tragic combination. That is a very, very tragic combination. A very disturbed, violent young man and guns. Tragic. Yeah. I don't think anybody in our country wants to see very dangerous young men with guns. Yeah.
So again, it's men. It's guns. But you don't seem to want to face the evidence that's clear in front of you that this seems to be the political motivations of an increasingly radicalized left, and that's perhaps a culture that's prevalent on American university campuses.
First of all, I don't know who the radicalized left is. I also don't think that anybody. So are you trying to say, sir, first of all, Antifa has not been categorized as a terrorist group in our country. Are you a journalist trying to say right now?
And I'm relaying the information that was relayed to us by the FBI and the governor of Utah today. And you don't seem to want to address the evidence. You just want to ignore it because it doesn't fit your agenda. I'm just relaying what was told to us by the press.
Are you telling me that you're going to tell your audience right now that there is evidence that this was an Antifa event? That is very irresponsible of you.
I'm telling you about the inscriptions on the bullets. I'm telling you what the FBI told us. I'm telling you what the governor of Utah told us.
That Antifa was involved in this.
No, I didn't say Antifa involved. I just said that's a mind.
Thank you for fact-checking yourself. I appreciate you fact-checking yourself for your audience.
No, I'm not. You've completely misjudged and misrepresented what I said. I said there's a mindset in America where young people are being radicalized by the political left, and a part of that is Antifa. That's what I said. Kyle Spencer, thanks for joining us on the show. Thank you very much for your time.